So this is how it starts. Instead of a whistle or scoreboard buzzer, ask a question that sends shockwaves through the league. Stephanie White may be on the verge of a media frenzy after ESPN broadcasted the match. ESPN revealed more than just a sports story after Caitlin Clark's odd benching in many games. It was a reckoning. Stephanie White, formerly considered as a calming presence in Indiana, is now under scrutiny that no coach desires. There were national headlines, skeptical admirers, and a burning question that refused to die. What exactly is going on with Caitlin Clark? The incident began with a seemingly benign live TV moment that quickly escalated. Stephanie White's injury update lacked clarity and was riddled with red flags. The words didn't match the body language. Perception is extremely important in professional sports. A single mistake on camera can unravel an entire story. This is exactly what occurred. White's ambiguous tones sparked confusion, speculation, and indignation, which ESPN quickly amplified. The cause was a crack in the dam. The Fever's next move did not extinguish the flames, but rather fueled them. Clark was officially ruled out again. The justification was a right groin ailment, and she was given a day-to-day status. However, fans remained skeptical. Not after witnessing her dominance on the court weeks ago. After listening, no additional damage was discovered. The label day-to-day began to sound similar to when we chose to cope with backlash. ESPN confronted the inconsistencies, exposing it as damage control. The bombshell was more than simply an injury update. It was about time, language, and tone. According to ESPN's Holly Rowe, Clark spoke with a specialist who confirmed no new problems. However, her homecoming was delayed for several weeks. Suddenly, it wasn't about healing. It was about hiding. The absence of a clear plan for keeping the league's top players on the bench raises concerns. Clark's message was not reaching the public. They were not hearing the truth. They were hearing excuses. One question started to dominate the news. Who truly makes the decision here? Then came the unexpected twist. A viral video clip caused shockwaves among fans. Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark, who claimed to have a groin ailment, was caught kicking a soccer ball with strength and form on the same leg that was deemed too frail for sprinting or shooting. Why was she moving normally if she had an injury? If it wasn't, the rabbit hole became much deeper. Suddenly, the daily narrative collapsed. The optics proved awful. The internet erupted. The video was not from weeks ago. It was current. Despite missing her 13th game of the season, Clark appeared fit and healthy. Fans expressed fury and perplexity in the comment sections. If she can kick, she can also hoop. One user wrote, "Are we being lied to?" asked another. Even ESPN experts couldn't ignore it. The false story that Clark was too hurt to play was quickly supplanted by a more sinister one. Clark is now unable to sit due to an injury. She is being kept out of court. The speculation became more serious. Experts questioned whether Caitlin was being silenced rather than protected. Was this for her health or to control the narrative? When a franchise faces internal issues, they generally seek a protection. Caitlin Clark's celebrity, following, and media presence do not serve as a shield. They wish she were. She shines brightly. Currently, the spotlight is highlighting weaknesses in Indiana's foundation. Clark's competitiveness is famous. This player doesn't take days off lightly. Despite playing in a high-profile game against the Phoenix Mercury, she was benched. The game is filled with backstory and drama. Dana Bonner, who left Indiana under difficult circumstances, returned with a fury in her eyes. Clark's moment on the court had arrived. Instead, there was silence, absence, and an overwhelming amount of questions. Stephanie White, previously praised as a player's coach, struggled to create a compelling narrative in front of the media. She discussed outside noise, locker room privacy, and player safety. However, every phrase felt like a dodge. Each sentence prompted more suspicions. Fans could sense it. There was a disconnect between Clark's performance and the overall atmosphere at Indiana. Her remarks were not comforting. They were eerie. They felt like a coach under pressure, trying to stop a leak with duct tape and a fake smile. The fans were not misled. The comments section exploded. A YouTuber expressed what everyone else was thinking. This is eerie. when a coach needs to reassure others that everything is okay. This typically indicates a lack of completeness. This game was hotly anticipated. Everyone understood it was personal. Clark missed it. That was a statement in itself. The decision, whether made by White, the front office, or higher-ups, appeared purposeful. It appeared to be an attempt to shield Clark from conflict or even silence her. Then, something happened that completely changed the scenario. Stephanie, White publicly praised Anna Bonner. Bonner is the same player that sparked uproar. White suggested she would be a good fit and feel at ease in Phoenix. The fans were startled. It seemed like glorifying the villain in the midst of your own franchise's chaos. When your rookie star goes missing, your locker room is in chaos, and the media is circling like sharks. This is the moment to praise the enemy. That moment broke the illusion of control. Many questioned Stephanie, White's allegiance. What message does it convey to the squad when a coach is more vocal about an ex-player than his own talented rookie? To the fans? To Clark herself? The brand became known as Clown Show and Circus because of its unusual public relations strategy. The Fever were not just losing games anymore. They were losing the story. Sports analysts, known for their measured and cautious approach, finally broke. This was more than just poor management. It was also hypocritical. Earlier in the season, the Fever rushed Clark back into the lineup following an injury, with no ramp-up, rehab, or conditioning. Recently, there has been a shift towards promoting patience and healing. It reeks of contradiction. The team portrayed Clark as requiring NASA-level preparation, yet a viral footage revealed she was healthy enough to kick like Mia Hamm. This inconsistency became the protagonist character's Achilles heel. Clark was ready to go without any ramp-up, so why is she being kept back like a fragile antique? The inconsistency eroded trust. Losing a player like Caitlin Clark is a risky proposition. As time progressed, it became clear that the issue was not with her leg. It was all about leverage. Someone attempted to control when, how, and why she returned. Fans weren't having it. Increased virality, hashtag usage, and negative sentiment on social media. Clark smiles as he is held out courtside. Travel with the squad, smiling for the press. Everything seemed choreographed. Fans started whispering, "Is she being monitored? Why is she being rotated for every camera shot if she is unable to play due to injury? Why not rest in private?" The Fever may believe they are displaying transparency. However, several fans questioned whether it was a PR stunt, raising further concerns. What is the team actually hiding? This was not merely an injury protocol. The narrative manipulation was so complicated that it resembled a political scandal. Cryptic coaches, complicated schedules, and emotional deflections. Caitlin Clark, the most recognizable player in women's basketball, remained mute. No one pushed back or spoke up. The silence spoke louder than any press release. Louder than any ESPN segment. Her absence made a message, and as the quiet became louder, the pressure cooker in Indiana started to whistle. The ongoing lack of answers exacerbated the storm. Headlines changed from queries to charges. Was this to preserve a rookie's health or a franchise from internal implosion? The stress was palpable in the Fever's social media posts, team updates, and sound bites. Caitlin Clark was not simply absent from the court. The mystery surrounding her remained unsolved. The timing of the turmoil could not have been worse. The WNBA is experiencing its highest level of popularity in recent years. Caitlin Clark, his undeniable lightning rod, attracts record ratings. Her absence creates a void that fans not only perceive, but also react to. Questions such as, "Where's Caitlin?" and "What are they hiding?" have become rallying points. The Fever's ambiguous comments, such as "We're taking it day by day" and "We're protecting our player," seem hollow when supporters witness Clark moving freely and laughing on the floor. The gap between what is shown and stated has led to distrust. The outrage is not limited to Indiana Fever fans. WNBA fans range from casual viewers to diehard supporters. People are seeking clarification. In the absence of certainty, speculation takes over. Whispers of locker room tension and managerial disagreements are no longer outlandish beliefs. They are the main plot line. Public opinion often associates silence with guilt. The soccer ball clip, despite being only seconds long, became a symbol of the entire debate. Fans realized they weren't getting the complete story. If Clark can kick a ball with such power, what's preventing her from attempting a three-pointer? Is it for her protection or someone's ego? Every slow-motion repeat of the clip fueled the fire. Many saw it as indication that the injury saga had ended. This was a control story. Stephanie White's manner during her subsequent press conference added to the misunderstanding. Her body language was tense. Her comments were short, and her tone was defensive. When queried about Clark's situation, she spoke in circles, dodging and repeating ambiguous statements. The voice was not that of a confident leader handling a simple injury recovery. The speaker's tone conveyed a sense of caution, as if the truth could easily be revealed. At this point, the drama transcends basketball. The Indiana Fever are more than just a squad. Their headlines consistently highlight dysfunction. There is a sense of anxiety throughout the franchise. The fans can sense it. The media and players in the league are voicing their opinions. This is not typical. Not for a celebrity like Caitlin Clark. The player was brought in to elevate the franchise, not cause controversy. The question isn't just whether Caitlin Clark will play again. This is what happens behind closed doors. The Fever's attempt to manage the issue quietly and hoping for calm has already failed. Noise is increasing rather than decreasing. Each day she sits out increases suspicion. Each ambiguous answer adds another log to the flames. And fans aren't letting this go. As the story progresses, it becomes evident that the Fever's attempts to control the narrative only lead to further chaos. Caitlin Clark's silence, whether deliberate or not, has become the loudest voice in the room. The quiet is prompting individuals to confront difficult issues. What is the real reason she isn't playing? Is there a power struggle between coaches and players? Has a front office choice gone wrong? Or something even messier? This is more than simply a single player sitting out. This refers to the trust between a franchise and its fans. It's about the league's responsibility to its top player. The focus is on revealing the truth, regardless of its nature. Eventually, the stillness will break. If this happens, it has the potential to fundamentally change the WNBA. Now, let's discuss the exit rumors. The issue is more than just missing games. It is about legacy. Clark did not join the WNBA as a tool in internal politics. She came to compete. If she is not protected, supported, or listened to, will she eventually leave the chaos? Fans are already wondering, is Caitlin Clark planning to leave? Will she pursue a trade? Could she travel abroad for a season to escape the circus? The trust is broken. The plot lines are unraveling. The league's brightest star is stuck in a never-ending storm. Clark's actions, quotes, and time away from the court add to the mystery surrounding him. Fans will not forget the questions, despite feverish hopes. Not when it's Caitlin Clark. Not when pressers do not match film. The truth should not be obscured by well-crafted fabrications. This story is no longer simply about the WNBA. It is a cultural issue. This is about accountability, transparency, and how a league handles its most prominent player in decades. The press conference may proceed. Caitlin Clark's evasive responses will continue to amplify the quiet. If you listen closely, you can already hear a roar.